If you're a Canadian retiree or someone receiving CPP or other pension benefits, you might want to pay close attention to what we're about to share. There's been a wave of anticipation across the country after new information surfaced regarding a set of direct deposits totaling up to $4,400 for eligible Canadians. That's right, 3 separate payments, all potentially arriving in your account soon, courtesy of the Canada Revenue Agency and linked programs. So, what exactly is this money? Who qualifies? When can you expect it? And more importantly, how can you make sure you don't miss a single dollar? We're going to break it all down for you today, and trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because we're also going to cover how these payments tie into larger changes coming to Canada's retirement and income support system in 2025. Things are shifting quickly, and staying informed could mean the difference between collecting the benefits you're owed or missing out entirely. First, let's talk about what these 3 direct deposits are, where the $4,400 figure comes from, and how it applies specifically to CPP and pension recipients. These payments aren't part of some obscure program. In fact, they're directly linked to well-known federal benefits, some of which are even indexed to inflation, which means they rise with the cost of living, offering a vital cushion in a time of rising expenses. Here's the breakdown. The $4,400 is an estimated total for 3 upcoming deposits, 2 being regularly scheduled benefits that have seen recent increases, and 1 being a one-time or semi-annual supplement that many aren't even aware they're eligible for. Let's look at the first payment, the Monthly Canada Pension Plan Benefit, also known as CPP. As of January 2025, CPP payments have seen another inflation adjustment. That means higher monthly amounts for seniors who've been receiving CPP retirement, disability, or survivor benefits. For many seniors, their monthly CPP can range anywhere from $700 to over $1,300 depending on how much they contributed during their working years. According to the latest data from the CRA and Service Canada, the average monthly CPP benefit now hovers around $760, while the maximum amount has exceeded $1,360. So if you're receiving CPP at or near the maximum, your first of the 3 payments this spring could easily be in the ballpark of $1,360 or more. The second payment in this trio is from Old Age Security, or OAS, a program that provides monthly income to Canadians aged 65 and older. But here's the twist. If you're 75 or older, you're now getting an additional 10% boost in your monthly OAS. That increase came into effect recently as part of the federal government's broader strategy to support older seniors, those most likely to face financial challenges in their later years. The current OAS maximum for those over 75 sits just under $790, while those under 75 receive slightly less, around $713 per month, as of the last adjustment. So if you're receiving both CPP and OAS, and you're in the higher range of eligibility, your 2 regular monthly deposits can easily total around $2,100 or more. That brings us well over halfway to our $4,400 figure. And this is where the third deposit comes in, and it's the one many Canadians overlook. This third direct deposit isn't part of the monthly routine, which is why it tends to catch people by surprise. We're talking about the Guaranteed Income Supplement, or GIS, and in some cases, provincial top-ups or federal tax credits like the Climate Action Incentive Payment, or GST credit. Now, the GIS is an income-tested benefit, which means it's based on your income from the previous year. If your income is low enough, you could receive over $1,000 per month in GIS alone. Yes, that much. Many single seniors who qualify for the full GIS amount receive nearly $1,100 per month. Now, GIS is paid monthly, but the reason it's being counted as a third lump sum payment here is because of the scheduled retroactive adjustments or catch-up payments that some people receive in April or July, depending on when their taxes are filed and assessed. These retroactive GIS adjustments can sometimes total over $1,000 or more, deposited as a one-time top-up to catch up with your revised eligibility. Additionally, in April, many Canadians receive quarterly GST credits and climate action incentive payments, especially if they qualify based on their income. For example, a single senior could receive up to $496 annually in GST credit, spread across 4 payments. That's another $124 or so added to your spring direct deposits, just for qualifying based on your income level. So when we add all this together, a CPP payment near the maximum of $1,360, an OAS payment near $790, and either a GIS or related credit of over $1,000 to $1,200. You're looking at 3 payments that could easily exceed $4,400 over the course of just a few weeks. And for those receiving lower amounts, even if you're only eligible for the average CPP, a partial OAS, and a modest GIS, your total could still reach $3,000 to $3,800. Nothing to sneeze at, especially in today's economy. Now, before we go any further, let's address something very important. Not everyone qualifies for all 3 payments. In fact, many Canadians only receive CPP or OAS, but not GIS, often because they have higher retirement income from pensions or savings. However, even if you think you might not qualify, it's absolutely worth checking again, because the thresholds for GIS and certain credits have changed due to inflation indexing. For the 2024 to 2025 benefit year, if your income is below $21,456 as a single senior, you may still qualify for some level of GIS. For couples, the limit can go up to around $28,000 to $40,000 depending on both spouses' circumstances. If you're close to these income levels, you could still be eligible for hundreds or even thousands over the course of the year. And here's another crucial point. Your eligibility for these programs is determined by your tax return. That's right. If you don't file your taxes, or if your return is delayed, your payments can be delayed or even cut off. CRA and Service Canada rely on your tax data to assess your GIS and tax credit eligibility, so make sure to file on time. Even if you owe no taxes, filing is the key to unlocking your benefits. With tax season now in full swing, many retirees are starting to see their reassessments processed. And that's why these additional or retroactive payments are showing up in April. If you've already filed your 2024 return and your income qualifies, you might be seeing that third deposit land in your account within the next few weeks. Keep an eye on your MyCRA or MyService Canada accounts. Those platforms will usually post your upcoming payments a few days in advance. Now, let's take a quick look at the wider landscape. Why are these increased payments happening now? The short answer is inflation. Over the past 2 years, the cost of living in Canada has risen faster than at almost any point in the past 2 decades. That includes everything from groceries to housing to basic utilities. Seniors, especially those on fixed incomes, have felt the pinch harder than most. In response, the federal government has continued to index programs like CPP, OAS, and GIS to inflation. That means if the consumer price index rises, your benefits go up too. It's not always a perfect match. There can be delays or caps, but it does provide some relief. The recent increases in CPP and OAS reflect these adjustments, and the same goes for the thresholds used to calculate GIS eligibility. Another factor: the growing senior population. Canada's population over age 65 is expanding rapidly, and with more people retiring each year, the federal government is under pressure to ensure the social safety net can meet demand. That's why we're seeing not just increases in benefits, but also more targeted support for lower-income seniors, such as boosts to the GIS, supplements for older seniors, and enhanced provincial benefits. Speaking of provinces, don't forget that some provinces and territories also offer top-ups for seniors receiving federal benefits. For example, British Columbia, Ontario, and Quebec all have income-tested provincial supplements that can add another $100 to $300 monthly for eligible seniors. These programs can vary widely, and eligibility depends on your income, your housing situation, and other factors. So be sure to check your provincial government's website or call a seniors support line for details. So what should you do next? First, review your latest deposits. Check your bank statements or your online CRA/Service Canada account to see what's been deposited and what's scheduled. Second, make sure you filed your taxes for 2024, or get help to file if you haven't yet. Free tax clinics are available across the country, and many focus on helping seniors and low-income individuals. Third, if your income has dropped recently, for example, if a spouse passed away, or if your pension income decreased, you may qualify for more benefits than last year. Service Canada allows you to request a reassessment for GIS if your income dropped due to specific life events. This is called a request for reconsideration and could unlock higher GIS payments sooner. And finally, share this information. Many seniors simply don't know they're eligible. Maybe they think their income is too high, or they've never heard of GIS or provincial supplements. But a simple phone call, an online check, or a quick visit to a Service Canada office could change that. We've seen countless cases of people discovering they're entitled to hundreds or even thousands in retroactive payments. Don't let confusion or lack of information stop you or someone you care about from getting what they're entitled to. In summary, that $4,400 total may sound like a lot, and it is, but it's not some distant dream. It's happening right now for many Canadian seniors who receive CPP, OAS, and GIS, along with other credits and supplements. These 3 direct deposits could make a huge difference this spring, especially as prices continue to climb. Let us know in the comments if you've received one of these payments recently, or if you have questions about your eligibility. We read every comment, and we're here to help guide you through the maze of government programs. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps us reach more Canadians like you who deserve clear, simple updates about the benefits they've worked their whole lives to earn. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.